YouTube, how you doing? MrLux here, aka the Married Gamer, and I'm back with a new video. This video is going to be a little bit different than what you normally see on my channel because I'm going to start to branch out a little bit more with different types of games. As you probably know, most of the content on my channel is primarily MLB The Show based, but I am going to start implementing some more NCAA College Football 27 content amongst some other games here and there. Today's video, I want to show you my team creations in the Team Builder tool for EA College Football 27. For those of you who don't know, Team Builder is a web-based tool that EA has created where you can go in and create custom teams, and it's a very detailed tool that you can really get very granular with the teams, how you want to design them and everything. I chose the route to create some teams that are inspired by some teams that we may see in real life. So I want to show you first how you would go and see these teams that I've created and how you would download them, and I'm going to show you how they look in the game. So what you want to do first is you want to go down to Create and Share, go to Download Center, and from there you want to, at the bottom of the screen, as you can see, you hit Y to search. If you're on PlayStation, that'll be triangle. You do that and you want to hit username, and you're just going to type in my username, which is quite simply MrLux. So once you do that, you'll see all of the teams that I've created. I have 32 teams so far. So you can see all of these teams that I've created that are inspired by other teams. All right. So what we're going to do, and what you can do, you can click on the team. So let's look at Montana State. You can go to preview or download it. I prefer you to download it, but you can preview it if you want to. And from there, it'll show you what their stadium, what their field looks like, their team grades, which is more or less for the Dynasty mode, which is like the franchise in MLB The Show, the type of offensive and defensive scheme they got, and their ratings. These ratings, don't worry about these ratings. They're not going to be that high when you start a Dynasty. They actually drop down, and plus the rosters are not finalized yet for all of these teams because season hasn't started yet. We don't know who are the incoming. I don't have all the details on like incoming freshmen, you know, who's actually leaving and then making adjustments and who's transferring out. I don't have all that information yet for these teams. But the big thing that you can do with this information right here, you can see how the uniforms look, which is, I look at that as my specialty. I really like creating uniforms. I like to do my research. I like to try to be as accurate as possible to what these uniforms look like. You can create up to 5 individual uniform slots in the Team Builder tool. So for some teams who are more traditional, I like to go back and try to get some throwback uniforms that they may have worn years and years ago and kind of modernize them a little bit. But for example, so let's look at Montana State. So this is their home uniform, and I'll show you this in a better view in game. This is what the preview looks like, right? So once you download the teams, they'll be over here in your download history. And then from your download history, you can go in here and I don't know how it will show up for you, but if there are any updates made to the teams that I create, you can just click them again and you can just update them. Like for me, it's over here with shared. So all these are all the teams that I share, but when I make updates to them, I just go here, I hit either, you know, A on Xbox or X on PlayStation and do download, and it'll like download the latest version. So like if I put like a patch or an update for these teams, this is how you get the latest and greatest. So for you, it may be download history, you go there, or you may have to go back and type my name in again in the search and just, you know, select the team again just to make sure you're getting the latest and greatest. But let's take a look at all the teams in their uniforms and all their glory from the Team Builder tool of what I've created. That like I'll be really appreciative if you guys download these and give them a rating too if you don't mind. So we just go from top to bottom. So we're starting out with Florida A&M. This is a HBCU, which is a historically black college and university. So here's their home uniform, and you can choose everything from the reflectiveness or the finish of the helmet. So this is more like a kind of a satin kind of finish. It's really a matte finish, but it has a satin look to it. From the logos to the type of numbers that you see, you know, the type of pants, the socks, the shoes. Well, not really the shoes, but the socks. So here's their away uniform, and you'll notice like I like to do a lot of different helmets. So they may not have worn this helmet with this particular away combination. They may have worn the actual home helmet. But I want to give you as many options as possible of actual authentic replica uniform set pieces that they have, so you can choose to dress it up any way you want, which is what, you know, I really appreciate about the tool. So, you know, I put stuff like the SWAC logo on their chest up there, even numbers on the back of their helmet. And then so let's go to their orange alternate. I really like this helmet. I remember this helmet. This was a nice little throwback that they wore years ago, many years ago. And so I was able to, you know, get this logo to put it on this helmet for them. And you can pair it up with this. I'm still working on this uniform set and making some updates, especially like to the compression pants that they have underneath. But like you can change the different socks from other uniforms that I've created if you want to get a, you know, all white, something like that, or, you know, I may have an all orange in here too. I'm not really sure. So let's go to the Rattler Strike uniform, which is pretty cool. This one is pretty cool right here. Got a different Rattler's helmet, but I like, look at those pants. You can actually put text, logos, whatever you want to put on the pants. And these are actual pants that they've worn before in the past. So this is pretty cool where you can do all that and see that you can see those socks. Right? So if we go back to this orange alternate, let's just say you want to just orange it out. You want to be a complete marker, right? There you go. Oops. There you go. You could put the 2013 uniform socks on there and you got it. So let's move on to the next team. Grambling State, another HBCU. So I'm gonna try to go through these a little bit quicker now. So this is their home. Got their way. And they have many variations of their Grambling helmet. And here's a chrome helmet that they had before. I don't remember what year that was, but you got that gold alternate jersey. And they also wore a red alternate jersey as well. Well, the whole thing, and got the tigers on the pants. That's pretty slick. I like that. Here's Illinois State. So I just recently created them this year. This is my first year created them. So I went in and I get a lot of reference photos. You know, go to their team website, get a lot of information there. This helmet right here, this is one they used back, you know, early. I don't know how early, but it was several years ago. They had this helmet with the big eye stayed on there. Dark mode. This is a uniform that they introduced. Was it last year? I can't remember. But anyway, I was able to find some footage of that. And I was able to do it even with the cursive script that says Redbirds on the chest. I know you can't really see it right here. And then Illinois State on the pants and the cursive script. I mean, this uniform is dope. You see this in game, it is dope. And then the helmet as well, really sick. And like I said, everything is customizable. You can go in and you can just, to your heart's content, you can just adjust anything that you want. So you can just mix this stuff up a lot. And then I have a home alternate with also another helmet that they wore in the past. Or did they wear this helmet this past season? I can't remember because I do so many uniforms, but all of these are authentic helmets though. And it was a more like a matte satin type of finish. And this is a uniform that they wore last year. And then there's a difference between this and the other home. The original home uniform just has Redbirds across the chest. This one actually has Illinois State, Jackson State. And Jackson State, I do need to update their uniforms because they have so many combinations of uniforms and helmets. Like Deion Sanders really got this team hooked up with Under Armour when he was there. So they have so many variations of uniforms that they can put together. But this is kind of what I created at the time when I done this team. So this is their helmet. They got the Jackson State going down the side of the leg. They got the helmet with the Jackson State logo on one side and the number on the other side. And you got the collar there. I think that's a custom collar because I don't believe on the Under Armour jersey template, there's no option to change the color of the collar. So that's custom. I put this on this uniform in game from using a custom logo and just being creative with how I placed it. See their away uniform. Again, it's kind of the traditional type of, you know, white and blue with the stripes for Jackson State. And then you have the helmet with the JSU on one side and the number on the other. The I Believe. Now, I'm really proud of this one because I worked a lot on this helmet. So this is the I Believe uniform where they rock the chrome helmet with the big tiger stripe or the tiger slash on the side of it. And for some reason, I don't know why it's reversed. I need to fix this in game. When I imported this over to 27, this got reversed because the slash is to go the other way, but I will fix that. And then on the other side, it has I Believe, and this is a chrome helmet, and this is a legit helmet they actually wore. Really proud of that helmet. And then this is another home that they wore in 2022. So again, like you can customize, you know, the year, the name of the uniform set. This is a 22 version of their all blue uniform. And this one, the helmet has JSU on both sides. The Riddell on the back of the helmet, that's all done by me. Everything you see is pretty much all custom. And then a great alternate that they actually wore too that has, what's that say? It has tigers on one of the legs, which is pretty dope. Then the sleeves themselves, well, the shoulders themselves, I don't know, this may be considered the sleeve in the game, is all blue. I had to put a blue swatch on there to get that like that. So Mercer Bears, they're pretty traditional in like their uniform set, which is really nice. I do like the white and orange. Pretty cool helmet right here. This is one of the helmets that they wore. Here's their away jersey. And this may be a helmet that you're more familiar with the M. But again, I like to give you so many, and even with the way I did this helmet right here, this is how their helmet looks. They have the double stripes that stop like 3/4 of the way, and then they have a big number of the big jersey number right there. All custom stuff that you can do inside the Team Builder tool. They also wore a gray alternate before. And this is what it looks like, and this is pretty sick. I like this. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Yes, as you can see, one thing I try to be creative as possible. Their uniform sets are Under Armour, but when they wore this gray uniform, they were signed to Adidas. So had to be a little bit creative. You can kind of still see like the Under Armour logo there. I tried to color blend it as best as possible. But this was an Adidas branded uniform. And as you can see, I mean, it's a pretty sick. And the helmet was like either black smoke gray kind of color. So I replicated that as well. And then also with the SoCon on the jersey as well. And then here's like the all black that they wore one time. And you can see the black helmet with that as well. I mean, a lot of nice combinations you can put together for this team. Next team is Montana State, your FCS champions. All right, here's and they're kind of been traditional as well, but I do have some nice surprises for them that you'll see soon. So here's their traditional uniform, blue jersey, the kind of like the, not bronze, but more like the kind of like the Notre Dame kind of bottom of the pants. Here's their all white home uniform with the Cats jersey. Again, you know, all the bumpers and everything accurate as possible. I think it has the 406, I believe. It's what they have on their front bumper, so I put that on there. Here's their native heritage. This is the little surprise. When they wore this uniform, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but it's a native heritage that they have a big, strong indigenous population in Montana, or historically. So this right here, this helmet is their native heritage helmet. I was glad that I was able to get this logo and also the actual helmet stripe itself. All this stuff means something. Everything in this uniform has a meaning. Well, on this helmet, that is. So yeah, cool there. And then we have an away alternate, which is basically just their white away jersey and then their blue pants. However, the helmet, you know, we have another helmet, which is the all white with the M on there. So again, I love to create combinations of uniforms. And here's our Gold Rush. This is somewhat like a throwback tribute jersey that they have. So this is it's more of a gold color, yellowish gold, Cats. And then that's the helmet logo. That is a throwback logo that from an old helmet that they modernized and wore. And even you can see it again on the back of the helmet. You see the NCAA tag. You see the USA flag with and also the warning label below the USA flag, which is where it was placed on this helmet from some of the reference photos that I was looking at. Montana Grizzlies. Again, another traditional uniform team. They don't really stray away too much. They have taken some small risks here and there. They wore a black uniform one time. They also have a traditional throwback uniform they may wear once a season. It kind of varies from year to year. But here's their home uniform. Pretty much what you expect from the Montana Grizzlies. Let's look at their away. Again, this one, but the difference with this one, outside of what you can see with the jersey and the pants, the helmet is a more of a matte finish helmet that they have. Here's their blackout uniform, which is pretty dope. These color combinations, this maroon and white with the black works well, but look at this helmet. In the back, this is where you have the big bear claw on the back of that helmet, which was pretty sick. A nice switch up that they had. And then this is one I just added to them this year when I was kind of going around getting some reference photos and seeing who's had some new uniforms. Otto the Slobbering Bear. So this is like a throwback that they kind of modernized that they wore last year. And Otto the Slobbering Bear, this is the logo that you see on this helmet. So for those of you who are big Montana Grizzlies fans, you probably know the history behind that. But again, you see the Montana on the back of the helmet. You see the UM on the front. It's kind of hard to see right there, but yeah. So you have all of that there. And then lastly, this is a 2019 jersey or a 2019 uniform that they wore when they also wore a chrome helmet. Well, the helmet was glossy, but the chrome reflection of the Grizz logo on the side, which was pretty cool. You got the bear claws on the sleeves of the jersey. You have the number that has kind of like the outline on it, so pretty cool. So I really enjoy trying to find as many uniform options as possible. So Rhode Island Rams. Now I'll tell you, I have a soft spot in my heart for the Rhode Island Rams because in last year's game I ran a dynasty with this team several years. Because one, I just thought it was a pretty cool, I really liked the helmet. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take a team that I don't know anything about and I'm just gonna put them in a dynasty and I'm just gonna try to do my best to bring them to dominance. And I won national championships with them. It was really fun. So, but here's their helmet, and getting this Rams logo to fit how I wanted it to fit, it takes some patience and time because you have to really work on how to skew it and the proper placement, and then the vertical and the horizontal axis of it to get it to fit the right way. But pretty simple uniform to put together. This logo on the sleeve was a custom logo, of course. Even the stripes on the pants, this is not a stripe combination that's in the TeamBuilder tool, so I had to create these stripes in an external tool, bring them in the TeamBuilder tool as a logo, and place them on the pants. And you'll see that on pretty much all the pants in their uniform sets. So here's their away uniform with the all white Rhode Island. I kept the same helmet on there. Those shoes look sick. And then again, here's a custom stripe on the pants, different from the other one, which you have. This one you have the light blue in the front, the white in the back, but on the away you have the light blue and then the navy in the back. And as well, you got those shoulder logos or the sleeve logos. You got Rhode Island on the back. Here's their home alternate. These are your powder blues, which is dope. This helmet that they're wearing is a throwback helmet, but again, you see the custom stripe on the pants and on the sleeves. Pretty dope. And we have an away alternate. This is an actual uniform they wore. I'm not sure which year it was, but as you can see, they have the powder blue numbers outlined in navy. But I really like this helmet. This is a helmet that they wore. It's an old school helmet, but it has the old school Rhode Island logo, and it was the powder blue with the white and navy blue stripes. Love it. All right, YouTube, post-edit Derek here. I realized for Rhode Island, I did not show you their final uniform that I created, which is their senior day uniform they wore in 2024, I believe. So this is a pretty cool one, and the reason why I wanted to make sure I get this one in the video is because this is an example of the level of customization that you can do in TeamBuilder. So for you see, I have created digital camo pants and a digital camo helmet. How can you do that? You have to be creative on how you want to update your uniform. So this is an actual uniform that they wore, and it's just about finding the right, pattern, or create something in an editing tool and using that as your logo, and just being very creative about how you place it within the uniform, the parameters that they let you do, update the uniform. So this is what they wore in their senior day. It was the powder blue jersey with the digital camo helmet and digital camo pants. Just want to make sure I get this in the video that the senior day uniforms for Rhode Island, they are there. So thanks, and back to the video. All right, so our next team, South Dakota, the South Dakota Coyotes. All right, so I got on the side over here. I'm pulling up some of my reference images so I can give you the actual dates if I can with these uniforms. So this is they're kind of like their all red uniform. Again, you see pretty simple, design. It's a clean design, very clean, pretty simple. The away, again, it's just the inverse with the white, with the red, with the Yotes helmet. Now the Yotes helmet, which is my reference here, they wore this, they debuted this in 2024, and they wore it 2 games last year in games 1 and 3. You see you have the black bumpers, you got the word Yotes on the front, and then you got South Dakota on the back, and it's a matte finish helmet with the, I believe the Yotes is in satin. And there's an ice gray uniform that they wore, and this particular, the SD helmet, this is one of their older helmets. So this helmet was debuted somewhere around the 2015 era. And this uniform, I'm not sure when they debuted the ice gray, but this is their ice gray uniform that they called it. Pretty sick. And then you have your Dakota Days. Now this is a very unique uniform. It actually has chrome lettering, chrome numbers, and a chrome helmet. This is actually a legit uniform that they wore. And I would tell you, this uniform they wore this uniform from the 2014 and 2015 season. In 2014, they wore it for game 12, and in 2015, they wore it for game 4. So it looks kind of chromish. It's not as deep chrome in some of the pictures, but it was more chrome than anything else. And the uniform definitely had more of a chrome finish. So pretty sick. I really like this uniform. And then here's their 2024 blackout. When I actually seen a game with them wearing this, and when I seen it and I seen that helmet and I seen the images online of that helmet, I was like, I got to have that uniform on this team in game. You probably won't be able to tell here, but everything, this helmet's all chrome, and it's a big coyote head on there. They debuted this uniform in 2024, and like you can see, I got the SD logo with the coyote print, paw print right there in the back, just below the collar. The Yotes across the front of the jersey. Everything about this is sick, absolutely sick. And then you have the number on this side. It shows up a lot better in game. Sometime looking at it right here in just the team select screen, the lighting is not the best when it comes to chrome accents, but trust me, in game, dope. All right, so we're moving on to the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. Now this uniform is a uniform that they have already posted that they're debuting for 2026. So they had some images of it with players wearing it. If they stray away from that a little bit, I'll be sure to update this. But they're kind of going with a more, simplistic look. Not a lot of stuff going on with the jersey, with the white collar that kind of cuts off there, and just says Jackrabbits in a smaller font. But this helmet right here, this is kind of like an older helmet that they've been wearing since like 2021. They have this saying called "last play" that they put on the back of their helmet, so I got that there as well. And here's the away uniform. Now they didn't have any images of the away uniform, but keeping with tradition with South Dakota State, I got a good idea that it will probably look similar to this. Now the only thing, they may throw a curveball. Instead of it saying Jackrabbits, it may say South Dakota State on the away uniform. So we'll just have to wait to see once images come out from that. And this helmet right here, this helmet is from 2025. They debuted this, they wore this in 2025. I don't believe they had a white helmet. No. So there's no images of a white helmet with the blue face mask prior to 2025. Here's their black jacks. Did they wear this last year? I think they may have worn this last year, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I think I updated this because they wore this last year. Yeah, I'm mistaken because they did have a black uniform. They had the SD on it that they wore in 2023, but this is from last year. So they had the black Jacks helmet, which is dope. I really like the way this looks because the blue really pops on this black base uniform. So you got that. And again, last play on the back is what they have. So that's pretty sick. Then their 2025 home. So this is kind of more of what we're familiar with. This is what they wore last year. And I decided to keep these uniforms in there. I did put a little twist on this one though, because I chose to go with the helmet that they wore last year as well, to give you more helmet options. I didn't really necessarily have this. I had a white helmet paired up with this uniform from last year, but we have the blue Jacks helmet with the gold face mask paired up with this, which they actually, I don't know if they wore this helmet. They didn't wear this helmet with this uniform. I'm not sure. I don't think. I could be mistaken on that, but in any event, you have options here. And then I have their 2025 away, which I have their big old bunny head, their jackrabbit head helmet here with the gold chin strap. So again, for those of you who kind of like a traditionalist who like this particular style of jersey, I still got it here for you. For those of you who want to kind of start your dynasties or play nows with what they're currently wearing to be more realistic to what you're seeing this year, I got you covered too. So, and any changes that they make, any alternates that they make, I'll have to make an executive decision on what I'll decide to do with some of these other creations that I've made. And that goes for any teams that I create. Southern, another HBCU, beautiful, beautiful blue, powder blue color. The powder blue with like with the yellow, it looks so good together with their uniforms. And this uniform, it pops in game when you're playing against this team or with this team. Their uniforms look so good in the sunlight, so good. See, they have the gold helmet right here with their white, with the yellow letters. I'm not much of a fan of the light colored numbers against a white uniform because it makes it really hard to see. But you know, that's what they rock with. Then they have an all gold with their Southern helmet with the chrome on here, the chrome logo. I don't think I have any source images from what I'm looking at right next to me, but again, like you see the Riddell on the back of the helmet, that's custom that I put there. And then, yeah, then you have the logo for Southern across the chest is a little bit different than what you see in the other uniforms. That's more of a college kind of font, a college script. This is more of like it's more modern, kind of has a little slight angle to it. Then they have a dark blue uniform that they'll pull out every now and then, which is pretty cool with their kind of the older helmet with the SU with the Jaguar across the top of it. Like I said, me being going to Tennessee State, Southern was always one of the big teams that we played in terms of like when it came to the bands, and then also with Jackson State as well. And then here's their gray uniform with the yellow SU helmet with the Jaguar, with that kind of a racy Southern font on the chest. Again, uniform that they have worn in the past. So there's Southern. Okay, y'all need to tell me in the comments how to pronounce this. Is this Tarleton? Because I've kind of heard it pronounced different ways. This team, they don't have many variations of their uniform, but they do have, the typical where they'll throw the black in there with you. So here's their home uniform. And on the back, what's that say? Bleed purple. So they have bleed purple on the back of their uniform. You have Texans on the front. You got the conference logo right there on there. Here's their away uniform with the all white helmet with the purple outline and the purple tee. Pretty clean, pretty clean. And then here's their black alternate. Like I said, every team has a black alternate, it seems like, with the racy numbers. Got the Texans on the front. Tennessee Tech, the Golden Eagles. That was another team that was kind of like a rival of Tennessee State when they would come to town, or when we would go there and play them. So let's look at some of these units. Let's break down of these uniforms. This is their home uniform. Again, some of these teams I have not went through and digested their 2025 season all the way to see what they wore differently or what they added to their uniform set. But again, I'm going to be going back through all of these teams, before the season starts to try to get them updated as best possible. But here we go. I love purple. Purple is one of my favorite colors. My favorite team is Kansas State. So that's to tell you that I like purple, color of royalty. So, got the purple jersey, white pants, got the helmet with the Golden Eagles with the big USA flag. That flag is humongous on the back of that helmet. And that's how it is in real life with the Tech helmet. So this helmet, they debuted, this one they debuted in 2024. They did wear a Tech helmet last year that had a white face mask. I didn't really care for that one as much because it seemed like it looked like an unfinished helmet to me. So I wanted to get a helmet that looked a little bit better. So this is the one they wore in 2024. Their away helmet. Now this helmet is one that they did wear last year. The face mask does it in real life. That face mask it looks almost orangish. It's a chrome helmet. I mean, it's a chrome face mask, but it does have a orange type of finish to it. So that is intentional on this helmet because that's how it looked in real life. Then you have the Golden Eagle on both sides of this particular helmet, the white jersey and the purple pants. We have the 2022 home jersey with the big blocky Tennessee Tech across the front. I really like this one. I kind of actually like this more than the current one. But look at this helmet. Look at the wings helmet, y'all. So this particular helmet, they wore this. They debuted this helmet. Let me get this right. Let me see if I can find it. This wings helmet, they debuted this in 2022. They wore it for about 4 or 5 games. So this is pretty sick with purple bumper, Tennessee Tech, 2022 away. This right here, this has the same type of font and jersey placement as the 2022 home. However, the helmet here is one that they debuted back in 2015. No, not 2015. In 2014, it was a chrome helmet with the humongous. This is back when teams started introducing these really, really large helmet logos, like when Boise State kind of started that, when they had the big Bronco on the side of the helmet. So teams started to adopt this humongous oversized logo on the helmet, and so that's what we have here for Tennessee Tech, which is pretty dope. Looks very good in gameplay, especially in sunny games. And then we have a home alternate with the yellow, and they did wear this this past year with the yellow jersey, and I believe this is a custom sleeve logo as well. Here's a helmet. This helmet is a throwback helmet that they wore last year. I'm trying to remember where they get the inspiration from for this one, but it is a throwback type of helmet. I don't have the actual name for what that is, but obviously it's the Golden Eagle, but it is a throwback-ish type of thing. And there's of course the warning label that they had a white warning label on this helmet with the USA flag, and then right below that they have the FCS patch. And then again, you have the chrome face mask that they pair with this with the kind of like the matte satin finish type of helmet. Pretty dope, pretty dope, pretty dope. So that's Tennessee Tech. To finish it off with my favorite team, the university that I attended, Tennessee State Tigers. Now, something I'm going to point out with this uniform set. One thing you will see on the shoulders, you'll see red numbers. Now, Team Builders does not allow you to change the color of the shoulder numbers to be different from what you see on the chest and on the back. So what I did for here, this was another executive decision I made, because my original draft of this uniform, I just left the numbers as you see on the chest. They were the same on the shoulders. But in real life, Tennessee State has all red numbers with their blue jersey. So what I decided to do, just to test it out, I did a trial with this. I put double zeros. You really can't see it from right here, but it's 2 zeros up there just to see what it would look like in game. In game, you don't even notice it. It just looks so accurate to how their jerseys look. Because it bothered me that I couldn't do that in Team Builder, and I would just see these white numbers, which I know they don't have white numbers up there. You guys can let me know your feedback on this, but I went with the red. Here's their away jersey. Again, on their away jersey, they also rock red numbers on the shoulder, but they also have the white helmet with the TSU in blue, with the name on the back. Pretty clean jersey, pretty clean. And you can really mix and match their uniform pieces to come up with some crazy nice combinations. Here's their blackout uniform that they wore. Really dope with the tigers along the side of the thigh. Then you have the matte helmet with the chrome number on the right and the chrome TSU on the left side. They actually have a red out that they wore one year. And there's another jersey where I elected to go with, because they had blue numbers on the shoulders of the red jersey. And for this one, I used to have the Tennessee flag logo, just the 3 stars, the 3 white stars aligned in a circular blue shape, which kind of looked pretty cool though, because I wanted to have something blue on the shoulders to kind of be close to like what the color of the numbers. But I took it off and decided to go with the double zeros like I did with the other jerseys, just to see how it will look. And again, it still looks pretty sick in game. The helmet that you see here, this is an actual throwback helmet from back in the day, but they brought it back and modernized it in 2010. So, and then right here on the back, the helmet bumper is a little bit messing up, but it says LLCP. This is for a player by the name of Chazin Page. He actually saved the life of his girlfriend. He pushed her out of the way of a speeding car, but in doing so, he was also fatally struck and he lost his life. So that year, TSU honored him by putting this LLCP on the back of their helmets to pay their respects for him. Truly sad thing to see that happened to him. But that's what that is. For some reason, the bumper on this particular helmet, I think this is the light helmet, I'm not sure, but on the other helmets, you'll be able to see that a lot better. 2015 is when they wore their gray uniform, and you'll see that this one is actually, I made this an Adidas uniform because that's what that particular logo, that uniform was when they wore it. They were under the Adidas sponsorship. And as you can see, I tried to gray out the Under Armour logo as much as possible because you can't mix and match logos on uniforms. So I try to, do as much as I can to try to be discreet about it. But on this one also, the helmet that you see is a helmet that they wore back in 1994. So I decided to bring that helmet forward, modernize it. I mean, everything is still how it was back in 94, of course, but obviously they didn't have this particular type of helmet and all of that. But I really love this helmet. It's really dope. It pops in game. It's pretty sick. So that's what I have for their gray uniform. All right, YouTube, this is Editing Lux from the future again. I just realized I had 2 more teams that I did not cover in my original video. So I'm going to cover them with you right now. And we're going to start with Richmond. The Richmond Spiders. So we have their home uniform, the red helmet, the all blue. Then we have their white. All white is very clean to me. I really like that. Then we have their red alternate that's has the blue helmet with the stripe with the red spider. And that's pretty much all we have for Richmond. So if you're a fan of Richmond, I got you covered. Final team, I promise you. It is the UT Martin Skyhawks. I have their home jersey with the UTM helmet, their traditional helmet. Simple and plain, but effective. Then we have their all white away uniform with this helmet right here. Let me look at my references that I have. Okay, this helmet right here, this is from 2006. This is their 2006 helmet. And I got it paired up with their away uniform because essentially they have the same helmet. as they do in their home uniform set. But I want to give you more helmet options, so there you go for that. And then their gray alternate. This is pretty sick. I like this gray alternate with the navy blue helmet that they debuted last year in 2025. They wore it for games 4 and 5. So that's pretty sick helmet paired up with the gray uni. Then we have their orange alternate, again with the UTM helmet. They almost have like an Auburn kind of vibe to it. And there you go. Those are the final 2 uniforms for the Richmond Spiders and the University of Tennessee Martin Skyhawks. So with that being said, we're going to pass you back to the video once again. I hope you enjoyed it. You know, I'll try to put some timestamps in the video to where you can skip to the teams that you want to see. Again, I appreciate it if, you know, you take time to download these teams that I've created. Give me some feedback on it. I want to thank you for hanging in there with me. I know this was a long video. I'm not even sure how much time we're up to, but it's a long one. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I'm MrLux, aka the Merry Gamer, and I'm out. Peace.